the time. So the first question says, a liquid in glass thermometer contains mercury. Which physical property of the mercury varies with temperature, enabling the thermometer to operate? A, mass. B, melting point. C, resistance. And D, volume. The correct answer there is volume. Why is it volume? Because if the temperature of the environment increase, there's what we call thermometric substance. So the thermometric substance, which is the mercury inside the thermometer, will either expand or contrast, which means that the volume of the mercury will increase or decrease. Not the mass, not the melting point, not the resistance. The correct answer for the question is volume. D. The correct answer here is D. Correct answer is D. Now the second question says, which type of electromagnetic radiation produced during radioactive decay? Now, in radioactivity or radioactive decay, there are three kinds of substance that is being produced. There are many of them, but for now, there are three kinds of substance that is being produced. We have the alpha particle, we have the beta particle, we have the gamma ray. Alpha particle, beta particle, and the gamma ray. And the question says, which type of electromagnetic radiation? The only radiation that a radioactive decay produces is the gamma ray. So the correct answer here is C, gamma ray. Because gamma ray is not a particle, but an electromagnetic radiation. So the answer for 24 is gamma ray. Now the next question says 25. A nucleus contains 94 protons and 240 nucleon, not neutron. Take note, it emits an alpha particle. How many photons and how many neutrons are in the nucleus produced? Any student that will answer this question must be careful. Nucleon is not the same thing as neutron. When you hear the word neutron, when you hear the word nucleon is 240 and proton is 94. Now the question says that it emits an alpha particle. Now in alpha particle, we have in a radiation, we have here as your mass number, Y here as your atomic number. If a radioactive particle decay is produced some product, we have a product here that is reduced by -4, while the atomic number is reduced by -2. Let me call here as Z. No, let me call here as let me call it differently so that it will not affect the other thing that we are doing. Let me call here as C produces 42He. Anytime an alpha particle is being produced, this is what you are going to use to identify if it is alpha particle and a new helium nuclei. So when something like this produces, it means that that particular reaction is an alpha particle reaction. Now let's continue. In the question, the parent which contain nucleon, your nucleon is your mass number, which is 240. Your proton, which is your atomic number, which is also your atomic number, 94. When it decays, it produces 42 helium and it also produces an element C. Remember, in alpha particle, your mass number is reduced by 4. So 240 minus 4 is going to give us 236. The Z, which is your proton, when it decays, it's going to give you Z, which is 94. 94 minus 2 is going to give you what? 92. So in this question, Many students will think that the answer there is 92 proton and 296 neutron. The answer here is what? Wrong. The answer is not D, because the question did not ask us to look for nucleon. It said nucleus. And we know that nucleon is equals to proton plus neutron. Now, the nucleon here, our nucleon is 236. The proton is now 92. So how do we now get our neutron? To get your neutron is 236 minus 92, which is going to give us, I hope you guys are following. 236 minus 92 is going to give us 144. 144. Because when you minus your proton from your nucleon, you get your neutron. So 236 minus 94, the answer is 144. So the correct answer there is that our proton is 92, while our neutron is 144. So the correct answer is C. C is the correct answer. Now the next question says, the units of the specific latent heat is dash. The unit of the specific latent heat is dash. The goal there is, if you don't know the formula for specific latent heat, you can't get your answer. So you need to know the formula for latent heat. First, the formula for latent heat is H is equals to ml, where your H there is heat, and the unit for heat is joules, J. Where your mass, M there is your mass, and the unit for mass is kg. Now we are asked to find the specific latent heat, which is the specific latent heat. So H is equals to ml. Divide both side by m. M cancel m. Your L is equals to H over M. You can use this to form your unit. The unit for H, which is your heat, is J, and the unit for M is kg. So it means that the unit for latent heat is joules per kilogram. Joules per kilogram. And the answer there is A. 26. The answer there is A. 26. Now, 27. Question 27. Question 27 is from radioactivity. Question 27 is from radioactivity. So the question for radioactivity says that, the question says the half-life of a radioactive material is 24. The activity of a simple fall to a fraction of its initial value after 72 years. What is the fraction? Now, we are given two times there. The first time is the half-life. Our T is the half-life. The half-life there is, or let me use it at big T. Okay, let me use it at big small t. The half-life there is 24 years. The time is decay to, the years it takes to decay is, it took it 72 years. And we are asked to find the fraction that remains. Now, there's a formula that you need if you are looking for fraction of any radioactivity element that remains. It is F arrow is equals to N. F arrow is equals to N2 over N1, which is 1 over R, which is 1 over 2 raised to the power of N. This is the formula I normally use. Your N2 simply means the number of atoms that remain. Your N1 means the initial atom of the radioactive element before decay. The RDS means it means your disintegration ratio. Your N, small n, means numbers of half-lives, not half-life. To get your N is T over small t. T over small t. That is the shortcut you can use to get your answer. And I have a lot of formula that can help you as we continue. T over small t. Now, your T is 72 and your small t is 24. 72 over 24 is 3. So it means that our fraction, which is this equals this to this, which is our fraction is 1 over 2n, which is going to give me 1 over 2 raised to the power of 3. And what is 1 over 2 raised to the power of 3? 2 raised to the power of 3, it means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So 1 over 2 raised to the power of 3 is 1 over 8. So the correct answer there is D. Option D is the correct answer. Option D is the correct answer. Now let's move to the next question. Now to the next question. This is the next question here. The next question says, okay, we have done about 27. Now let's continue from 28. The question says, an electric quantity is defined as the energy converted by a source in driving a unit charge around a complete circuit. What is this quantity called? A, current. B, electromotive force. C, potential difference. D, power. The correct answer there is potential difference. Sorry, the correct answer there is electromotive force. The correct answer is electromotive force, which is B, not potential difference. Potential difference is the work done that occurs when a current moves from one terminal to the other. But the energy that converted to power that charge to move, we call that kind of quantity electromotive force, which is B. Now, 29 says, which of the following is equivalent to 1 coulomb? Now, what is 1 coulomb? First, what is coulomb? Coulomb is the unit of quantity of charge. Quantity of charge is equal to coulomb. Is equal to coulomb. Now, we know that from the formula for current, our current is equal to Q over T, where Q is the quantity of charge and where T is time. Now, if you are to solve this question, if you cross multiply at this place, your Q is equal to current times time, which is IT. Now, what is the unit for current? Ampere. And what is the unit for time? Second. If you are to pronounce this, 1 coulomb is equal to 1 ampere second. 1 coulomb is equal to 1 ampere second. So you pronounce this unit as ampere second. So the correct answer is not this, it is not D, it is not C, it is not B, but the correct answer there is A, 1 ampere second, because the unit for quantity of charge, which is coulomb, is also ampere second. Very, very important. Now, the next question is question 30. The next question is question 30. Question 30 said, which a building carrying 6 bricks climb a ladder. Each brick weigh 25 Newton. Now, a good student must know how to interpret a question. A good student must know how to interpret a question. From the question, we are told that there are 6 bricks. 6 bricks. And 1 brick, which is each brick is 25 Newton. If 1 brick is 25 Newton, 6 bricks is going to give us 6 times 25 because there are 6 of the bricks and 1 of them is 25. When you multiply it by 6, you are going to get 6 times 5 is 30, write down 0, carry 3, and 6 times 2 is 12 plus 3 is 15. So that the total bricks, the total Newton are 150 Newton. Now let's continue. And we are told that the bricks climb a distance of 4 meters. Our distance is 4 meters. Now the time it takes, time taking is 8 seconds. The question says, what is the average power used to raise the bricks? Now we are asked to find the power. What is the power? We know that power is work done over time taken, which is work done. The formula for work done is 4 times distance over time. Now, our force is measured in Newton. So the total force there, the total force is 150 times the distance. The distance there is 4 over the time is 8. Now, when you times 150 times 4, 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 5 is 20, right? Write down 2, write down 0, carry 2, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2, 6, 600 over 8. Now, when you press your calculator, 600 over 8, what is it going to give you? 600 over 8, if you press your calculator, it's going to give you 75 watts. Because the unit for power is 75 is watts. So the correct answer is 75. Our answer here is B. The next question, question 31. Question 31 says, electromagnetic wave travels dash. A, without medium. B, with medium. C, with medium and without medium. And D is in a disturbed path. Now, we have 2 types of wave based on material medium. We have the longitudinal wave. Sorry, not that. Sorry, I'm sorry for that. It's not longitudinal wave. Based on material medium, we have the mechanical wave. We have the mechanical wave. And we have the electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave. Mechanical wave requires material medium for propagation. While electromagnetic wave do not require any material medium. So the correct answer for this is electromagnetic wave travels without material medium. Electromagnetic wave travels without material medium. So the correct answer here is without material medium. That is for number 31 question. Now, number 32 question says, now let's go to number 32 question. Number 32 question is from radioactivity again. It says, a radioactive element has an initial count rate. Initial. Your N1 is also your initial count rate, which is 1,200 CPM. measured by a scaler, and this fall to 150 CPM. Our N2 means that the radioactivity element reduce. The remaining is 150 CPM. The question says in 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, our time is 15 hours, 15 hours. Now the question says calculate the half-life of the radioactive element. Now we are asked to calculate the half-life. How do we calculate half-life? Half-life. Now there's a formula that I wrote. Your R is equals to 2N, also equals to N1 over N2. N1 over N2. Now, your N, from what I explained for the first time, is T over the half-life. T over the half-life. So we are going to have, to get this for small t, which we are looking for, we need to get N. So how do you get N? So you are going to have 2N is equals to N1 is 1,200 over 150. So what do we do here? 0 cancel 0. 120 divide 15. That will give us 15, 8 times 5, 0, 4, 8 times 1, 4. 15 here 1, 15 in 120 is 8. So 2N is equals to 8. Now this will lead us to indices. So it will be 2N equals to, anywhere we see 8, it is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 2 raised to the power of 3. So my 8 will be 2 raised to the power of 3. So 2 cancel 2, your N is giving you 3. So let's get our small t. So if your N is 3, which is equals to T over small t, here is 3 is equals to big T is 15, small t is what we are looking for, S. Now what do you do here? You cross multiply. 3 times S is 3S equals to 15. When you divide both sides by 3, you divide both sides by 3, 3 cancel 3, your S is equals to 5 hours. So our answer is A. So the answer for that question is A. Going through with what I've did. Now let's go to the next question. The next question says, this is the next question. It says that, the next question says, a student uses a length of wire as a resistor. He makes a second resistor from the same material. To be certain of making a second resistor of higher resistance, he should use a piece of wire that is dash. A, longer and thinner. B, longer and thicker. C, shorter and thicker. And D, shorter and thinner. Now, which of them will be the correct answer? This question is a practical and theory question. If you do not understand resistance and resistor, you might not be able to get the answer because you start thinking what to do. Now, there is a topic in physics that talks about factors that affect the resistance of a wire. And the topic leads us to what we call resistivity. We know that a resistance is directly proportional to the length of the wire over the area. If you remove this proportionality sign, you are going to have what we call resistivity. Resistivity times N over A. Now, what does it mean? It means that increase in resistance, according to your Boyle's law and your Charles' law principle, this is direct variation. In direct variation, the increase of one will lead to the increase of the other one. So the increase of resistance will lead to what? Increase in length. So it simply means that for the student to have to get another resistance again that is more higher. If the student increase the resistance, the student need a longer wire. So from this statement, increase in length is the same as longer. So it simply means that D is wrong and C is wrong. The correct answer is between A and B because both of them have longer. So longer will increase the resistance. So among A and B, which of them is the correct answer? Now, when you say thickness, in physics, when you hear the word thickness, it's talking about the cross-sectional area. Anytime you hear the word thickness, it's talking about the cross-sectional area. Now, according to the principle, R is directly proportional to L and inversely to A. It means that according to inversely variation, the increase in resistance, will lead to what? Decrease in area. The increase, as R increases, A will reduce, the area will reduce. So it simply means that the thicker the material, the larger the area. But the thinner the material, the area will what? Reduce. It means that for you to get a very high resistance, you need a very low area. And for you to get a very low area, you need a thinner wire. So the correct answer for that is A. The correct answer is A. A longer material and what? A thinner wire, which is what? The cross-sectional area is low. Now, the second question, 34 question says, what is the part of a simple DC motor that reverses the direction of current through the coil every half circuit? Now, we have armature, we have the brushes, we have the commutator, and we have the slip. This is wrong. The slip ring is wrong. Why is it wrong? The slip ring is used for AC motor, not DC motor. AC motor uses slates. Sorry, DC motor uses slates. DC motor uses slates, while AC uses slip. So slip is wrong for DC. Now the correct answer is between A, B, and C. Armature is wrong. Why? Armature is the coil itself. The coil itself is called the armature. The brush, it is what is connected, is like a cylinder stop that is connected to the what? To the armature. But that does not reverses the direction of the current. It just keep the armature close, tight to the magnet, to the metal material where the armature is inserted into it. The correct answer here is the what? Commutator, because it is the commutator part that reverses the direction of the current through the core. So the correct answer is C. Now, the next question is 35. The question says, a car of mass, question 35, a car of mass 1,500 kg travels along a horizontal route. It accelerates from to this point. Your initial velocity is 10 meters per second, and your final velocity is 25 meters per second. Time taken, it took it 5 seconds. Now the question says, what is the force needed to produce this acceleration? Now we know that force is ma. And we know that m is your mass, a is your acceleration. We also know that a is what? Change in velocity over time, which is m is change in v over time. And anytime you hear the word change in v, it means final minus initial. So the question there is m, open bracket, v minus u over t. which is our M there is 1,500. V is 25 minus 10 over 5, if I'm correct. Yes. So here it's going to give me 155 times 25 minus 10 is 15. 15 over 5. 5 here 1, 5 here is 3. So 155 times 3 is going to give us 0, 0. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 carry 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus that 1 is 4. So our answer is 4,500 Newton. The answer there is C. Correct. C. Now the next question says, the phenomenon of beats results from sound. The phenomenon of beats results from sound is dash. A, reflection. B, refraction. C, interference. And D, all of this. Please, you must be wise in the question. The question did not say the properties of sound. Assuming the question said the properties of sound, all of these are the properties of sound. Reflection is the properties of sound. That is where you experience echo and vibration. Refraction of sound, you have interference. But when it comes to beats, the property, the phenomenon of beat is as a result of what? Interference. It's as a result of interference. It's as a result of interference, because interference is the combination of two or more waves in the same, combination of two or more waves moving in the same direction. So when a beat is being produced, it's produced different waves. And these waves clash together to produce what? Interference, to produce beats. Because we have different vibration of the material producing different waves. So if this is your drum, it produces different waves, beats. So different waves coming together, it gives you your what? Beats. And the combination of that wave is called interference. The answer here is C, interference. Now the next question says, which types of radiation may be emitted by radioactive nuclei? Which type of radiation may be emitted by radioactive nuclei? So the correct answer, now we know that there are 3 substances that a radioactive substance produces. We have 3 particles or 3 substances. For radioactive nuclei, which is a radioactive element, produces what we call the alpha particle, produces the beta particle, and lastly, the gamma ray, which is not a particle, but a electromagnetic radiation. But these are the 3 substances that is being produced by radioactive nuclei. D is not among, this is not among, B is not among. The correct answer is A, which is beta and gamma. Because among the 3 substances, the only one we can see among the options that is correlating with what I gave you here is beta and gamma, which is A. Now, let's continue. Number 38 question. Number 38 says, the pressure of, number 38 says, the pressure of the atmosphere is 100,000. The pressure is 100,000 Pascal. Our pressure is 100,000 Pascal. Why we are asked to find the force? We don't know. But we are told that the area is 20 meters square. Now, how do we get the force? From the formula for pressure, pressure is force over area. So when you cross multiply, force times 1 is force. P times pressure times area is what? PA. Which is, our P is 100 100,000 times our A is 20. When you multiply this together, you are going to get 2 million. 2 million Newton. The correct answer is D. D is the correct answer. Are we good to go? Now, number 39. We have 2 minutes to go. I believe I can finish this before the time. We have 2 minutes to go. Now, number 39 question says, a man pulled a sledge of mass 25 kg. A man pulled a sledge of mass 25 kg across a level ground with a horizontal force. With a horizontal force, we have the horizontal force. Let me put it here as horizontal force. Horizontal force is 60 Newton. And we have the frictional force. The frictional force is 20 Newton. How do we find the acceleration? A. We know that F is equal to ma. So how do we get this force? The force here is what we call, F there is what we call the net force. Now, how do you get the net force? Assuming that this is a ball, the man pull it towards this direction. There's always going to be a backward reaction from the gun, which is your what? Your frictional force, which is 20 Newton, going backward. And the force the man is using is 60 Newton. Now, they are going opposite each other. To get your net force is always your horizontal force minus your frictional force, which is 60 minus 20 is going to give us 40. So our F is equal to 40. You must be wise and you must understand the topic very well. It's a sweet topic. Our force is 40. So it means that 40 is equal to mass 25 times A. Divide both sides by 25. Divide both sides by 25. 25 cancel 25. If I should press my calculator, 25 minus